Hi, my name is Joel Beal. Will Roddy and I own GBOH Incorporated out of Fort Worth, Texas. We have flipped hundreds of houses in Texas and Oklahoma in recent years, and we have created the GBOH Fund to give you a way to participate with us in Texas real estate. We provide private real estate opportunities in Texas and Oklahoma. If you'd like to reach us, you can do so at gboh.online. Click on Invest to learn more, or you can call me directly at 817 480 0926. That's in the United States. Email me, joel at goodbyeoldhome.com. We believe single family houses distribute the risk better and provide higher revenue per door than equivalent multifamily housing. The fact of the matter is, single family houses is a tougher business. It's harder work to acquire and to renovate these houses. But we believe the rewards outweigh the hard work required. These houses are insured against physical loss. So if there's a fire or some other catastrophe, we're all covered. And we specialize in workforce housing where the rentals are in favorable areas with a housing shortage. We have a good equity ratio. We purchase our properties at least 30% below market value, and we substantiate that value with broker price opinions, independent appraisals. So there's instant profit built into these houses, and we're proven. We've done over 200 houses in Texas and Oklahoma, and we've acted as agents and participants in hundreds of other real estate transactions. Even if you're a fan of real estate, some people like real estate just for the investment purposes. They're not particularly drawn to real estate more than any other instrument, but some are. But even if you really like real estate, it can be a lot of work. It can take a lot of time. And the advantages of the fund is you do not have to be the landlord or the property manager. In fact, you don't even have to find, qualify, and acquire the properties, which, by the way, it takes a system, takes a lot of money and a lot of work to acquire these properties. We spend a couple $100,000 a year in internet marketing, pay per click, SEO, websites to get the leads, to put the buyers on the road, to find the houses. And you don't have to manage the renovations. Just managing the renovations is a whole business in and of itself. And another advantage is you're part of a group of like-minded individuals who value providing honest, safe, secure housing to people that need it. We provide good houses to good, hardworking people, and we make a profit doing it. And your risk is distributed across multiple properties, and you get to plug into an existing system that's taken us years to build. A system that manages the purchase, renovation, management, and eventual disposition of the houses. And why Texas and Oklahoma? Well, there's several reasons. First is economic, the global flight to capital, and the relative security of the United States and the US dollar. People are moving here and they're moving their dollars here. And demographics, Texas has added 400,000 people net migration in 2023. That's not birth rate, that's net migration. 400,000 people more have moved to Texas than have moved away. And we expect that trend to continue in 2024. The experts estimate another 350 to 400,000 people moving here net next year, same as this year. And where will these people live? And the answer is increasingly in rental houses. And the reason is we have a tight market here. Inventory is very low. Existing used housing supply is very low. The new housing supply is very low. All inventory is down, but especially the workforce housing where we specialize below $250,000. And there's an increasing affordability gap in many areas of the country and in many areas of Texas. It's simply cheaper to rent than own. And then there's a lifestyle component too. Younger people in their 30s prefer to, they just sometimes prefer to rent. They just don't like the responsibility of owning. So this chart here from the Texas A&M Real Estate Research Center shows two things. First is the line graph, which shows pricing is on a general uptrend. and that's not surprising. There was a very slight dip in 2008 and 2009. When the housing bust hit the United States, Texas was largely unaffected price wise. And then the bar graph behind the lines shows the total number of sales. You can see that sales did drop in 2008 through 2010, but the price was largely unaffected. And if you look at the population distribution, you can see that the population trend, and we're right at 30 million people in Texas right now. So you can see that the population continues to grow. Sales took a slight dip in the last recession, and they've taken a slight dip in 2022, and they will again in 2023. But while sales is down, people are still moving here. And that is what creates the housing shortage. And then for our target demographic, workforce housing below $250,000, you can see that there's a shortage and it's getting worse. A light blue graph is 2021, the dark blue graph is 2022. And you can see what's happening to that inventory below $250,000 in the state of Texas. It's getting smaller and smaller. So, is this for you? We need to talk to us to find out. We are registered with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. We're in compliance with Rule 506C, Regulation D, and Regulation S. And we would like to talk to you about this and carefully review the private placement documentation that goes along with this offering. So in Spanish, talk to Will Roddy. In the US, 817-505-7960, will at goodbyeoldhome.com. Or in English, me, Joel Beal, in the US again at 817-480-0926, Joel at goodbyeoldhome.com. So this fund owns multiple, primarily single family rentals in Texas and Oklahoma. And again, we believe that these single family rentals provide greater diversification and risk control than a fund owning a single multi-family property. These houses are purchased at a discount. You can use if you're in the United States, you can use your self directed IRA or Roth IRA to manage and lower your taxes. Easier liquidation than most real estate funds because you don't have to wait for a single large multifamily property to sell for you to cash out. And we're an evergreen fund. These are long term investments in an open ended fund with a lower minimum investment and a more liquid structure. So our investment size ranges from 50,000 US dollars to 5 million US dollars to invest in Texas and Oklahoma real estate with two options. One is debt, one is equity, and they both have their advantages. Depends on what works best for you. So the debt opportunity, and we think this will be especially attractive to people outside the United States. 8% interest rate, and you're not compensated based on the success of the fund. You don't bear any of the risk of the fund. In fact, debt holders are satisfied before equity holders. So you're paid 8%. Or you can choose the equity investment, and this is open to United States persons. And in the equity investment, you're an owner with us. You own shares or units, as they're called. We target performance at 15% and is broken down as such. The target cash on cash annual return, we target for 5 to 6%. And then the remainder of the expected return, which is 9 to 10%, is upon the asset sale. So again, 15% is our target total performance. 5 to 6% is the annual cash on cash based on operations. And then the remainder, 9 or 10%, is when the asset is sold. You share in the risk and reward of the fund, and it's certainly ideal for United States persons, especially those who are high earning individuals where you need some help on your taxes. And losses and depreciation are proportionally passed through to the owners. And we front end load the early years with as many losses and as much depreciation as we can. Furthermore, Distribution of gains to you is via capital gains, not income. So, because it's capital gains, you have a lower tax rate than if it was ordinary income. So, we're proud of how we operate. We want to be completely transparent. We want you to know as much as you want to know about how we operate. We have proven methods and a proven system to find and acquire the right properties at a discounted price. These single family houses are distributed in areas of Texas and Oklahoma where there's a positive and a favorable rent rate to purchase right price advantage. So we want to make sure that the rental rate uh, compared to the purchase price gives us plenty of room and plenty of cash flow. So we have identified those areas, and many of them are in cities that have military bases. We have professional management and maintenance that's in house that increases tenant satisfaction and eliminates deferred maintenance. We take care of things when they need to be taken care of. So, how do you participate? Minimum investment is 50,000 US dollars. The maximum investment is 5 million US dollars. Review and acknowledge receipt of the private placement memorandum. Get a hold of us and request for the PPM. And this outlines the regulations under which we operate and how we operate. So, review the private placement memorandum and review our articles of incorporation. If you're a United States person, review, complete, and sign the Regulation D subscription booklet. Review and sign the operating agreement. If you're not a United States person, review, complete, and sign the Regulation S subscription booklet and review the term sheet. So talk to us to learn more. Visit our website, gboh.online. Click on invest or email me directly, joel at goodbyeoldhome.com. Give me a call directly on my mobile at 817 480 0926. We look forward to talking to you and we hope we can help you with a better and brighter future.